Welcome to the December 2nd meeting of the Fitchburg Cultural Council. I now call this meeting to order at 6:09 p.m. My gal. Please be advised that FHEV is conducting audio and video recording of this meeting for public broadcast. I ask that anyone else in the audience who is recording this meeting to please identify themselves by standing and stating their name and city of residence. If there's nobody here, seeing none, so I ask that at this time all electronic devices be placed into silent mode. The Fitchburg Cultural Council is a public entity. We are part of the Massachusetts Cultural Council, serving as the local cultural council, or LCC. Our mission here is to elevate the rich cultural life in Fitchburg, and our members are appointed by the mayor of the city of Fitchburg. We all serve as volunteers, and we are always looking for new members. Feel free to talk to any one of us to learn how you can get involved. You may also email us with your interest at fitchburg.mcc@gmail.com. I'm going to take a roll call for tonight. Present tonight, Shara Osgood.
Yep, present.
Liz Murphy.
Present.
Tamara Russell Brown, not present. Catherine Healy.
Present.
Jen Hemingway.
Present.
Lily Gomez Fernandez.
Present.
Sam Luxama, not present. Ellen Doust. Not present. Mike Amadeo.
Here.
Dan Down.
Present.
And Joe Bowen here. We open every monthly meeting with public comment. If there's anyone in the audience that wishes to speak, they can feel free to do so at this time. We don't not have anybody from the public here. And so our agenda tonight is just to go through our continued process of going through the 90 grant applications for this year's grant season. And we will start, folks, with grant number 25. That is grant number FY25 LCC 104448.
Motion to approve.
Okay, we have this is for breaking through the neural arts of healing and connection. There is a motion to approve on the table. Is there a second?
Second.
Have a second. So Mike has the first and Liz the second. Anyone speaking to the motion?
Thought this one was, go ahead.
Yes, Liz.
I thought this was very similar to an earlier one that Kanisha had submitted under a different name, Care Initiative.
Mhm.
Yeah, Care Initiative.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just want to say, I agree, like, I don't know what's different about it, and, you know, it may be two for the same project, so it's a little confusing to me, what makes this one different.
Remember which application it was?
It was,
There's one that follows, so.
yeah, and there's another one that's even more similar. So the first one was 11 and then 12.
104448, 104638, 104780, and 104896. There's two for care and two for COID.
Okay, so Shara, did we move 11 and 12 onto funding?
I believe it did.
Yes.
11, 12, yes, they both moved on to funding,
Okay,
and
so we have 11 was a UE pop-up postcards project. 12 was a traveling art journey, rest and reflect. I don't remember the makeup of that off the top of my head.
I think that
Well, maybe this one is, you know what, it might be
rest
the
and
next
reflect
one.
goes with the 26, the rest and sensation. It seems like, yeah, it seems like 11 and 25 and 12 and 26 are very similar to each other.
We approve both of those.
So, yeah, so what I've asked the council to consider is that our purpose for tonight is to determine whether they're qualified for funding. And if these are similar and we all agree that they're similar to the other ones, then the logic sort of dictates that we would approve these funding. However, you know, we can vote as a council any way we wish. But I did want to just mention that, if there are similarities, we're at that point where we're just deciding whether it's qualified funding. That's one thing. And when we get to the funding discussion, we can discuss whether, how much funding each grant should receive as a result. I had something more to say on this. It is also something to consider. I did not verify this statement, but while they make the grants may be similar, are they being held on different dates and times? Or does it look like it's trying to fund the exact same event through two grants? I did not notice the similarities that they were doing the same thing on the same day and time. So, for me, I'm inclined to vote to pass these on to for funding. However, the floor is open for anyone else who would like to say something. Maybe the floor. Yes, Dan.
Yeah, just real quick, like, if this person did not have a history, I don't think we could support it because they're so vague. And again, like, when this comes up next year, if they're continue to be like vague, and like, as we get more people asking for money, can we continue to vote with like, such a vague idea? And I'm just concerned of like holding people to different standards.
Mhm.
And I think this year, like we voted the last two forward, we have to vote this forward now, but it might be just something to think about in the future.
So what you're suggesting is when we do our guidelines and priorities for next season, that maybe we require some a different level of specificity on the project.
Yeah.
Well, we can consider that next year.
Okay.
Yeah. Certainly, it's always open for discussion. Anyone else speaking to application 104448? Yes, Sharon.
I just want to say that looking at this, I don't feel like I understand what the proposal is. So I don't feel like it's eligible on that ground. Like, it might be something really amazing, but because she hasn't articulated to us what it is, it's just random funding. I feel like it doesn't meet our criteria, and I'm not sure which eligibility it doesn't meet, because it's not one of the 5 things we have set.
Yeah.
Yes, Liz?
She's saying it's science.
Mm-hmm.
So what I'm getting out of here is that it's workshops.
Yeah.
And the workshops around, I guess, trauma responsive intervention.
Mm-hmm.
And maybe a documentary.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes, I see that that's only 100, which that could be good or not, but I think it seems to me very niche. And I don't know how many people are gonna come out of the woodwork to discuss the trauma, emotional resilience. These are very sensitive topics. And I don't know if that's the public forum for it is the best place, but it seems like a small target audience as well. So it's crossing over possibly from, the stretching, the physicality yoga, and more about, the empathy, social connection, emotional and trauma, more like recovery, which is a good thing, but I'm not sure if that's.
Okay, anyone else? I do want to point out that the funding request was $2,000 for a $55,000 project. That does involve, looks like it's involving some equipment and personnel, folks to come in and speak. The company here is committed for providing emotional analysis tools, project management and research. Tentative involvement from the company for artistic conversion of emotions to AI generated artwork. The art museum is collaborating for community salons and parks and art exhibitions. So the only other thing that I would add is that historically, events held by the grantee and her organization are geared towards helping people cope with trauma of some kind. And she does a lot of different unique things where there is open discussion involved around that subject area. And they are powerful discussions that are held, and you get, you know, for if you're someone who's never been involved in that sort of thing, or if you were involved in that thing, there's some level of empathy and understanding about what some other people have gone through in their lives, and then again, this is a good coping mechanism. Just from my personal experience with attending these over the last several years.
I have to second that one. You know, I've attended a few, participated in a few, and I think it's a great way to sort of break through stigmas and offer the public a space to be able to feel safe in and meet other community and bring folks together under the realm of the arts. And you're right, she has brought a lot of different things to the table over the years that has, you know, emphasized healing in that. And I think it's she's brought in a lot of different people. She's done stuff at the library. I think that, you know, I think as it grows, I think more people would probably attend if they felt less stigmatized. That's my opinion.
Thank you, Jen.
Yeah.
Anyone else speaking to the motion? Okay, we'll call a vote. All those in favor? Aye. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Opposed? 1. Okay, motion passes. Next grant application, this is number 26. Grant number FY25 LCC 104638.
I make the motion.
Second.
I have a motion, this is for Rest and Translation is the name of the project. I have a motion from Shara. And a second, was that from you, Mike?
Yep.
Anyone speaking to the motion? Okay, seeing none, all those in favor, vote.
Let's see. The only thing I have in my notes is that it's similar to number 12. And not sure how it's different, but I think that that doesn't speak to whether or not it's eligible. I think that's something for the second item.
Okay. Thank you. Anyone else speaking the motion?
That's just been my mindset throughout this entire thing is if we vote for one, we kind of have to follow through with all of them, so. I agree with that.
Okay. Anyone else? Okay, all those in favor? Yes. Opposed? Oh, were you in favor, Catherine?
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
Yes.
so it's unanimous, apologies. Okay, the next grant application we'll look at is number 50, is in chapter 56. So it's reading down about halfway through the book. It was grant number FY25 LCC 101613. This is for Fitchburg through Lens and Brush, Heather and Ricardo Barros.
Motion to approve.
I have a motion from Liz to approve. Is there a second?
Second.
Second from Jen. Anyone speaking to the motion? Sharon.
Again, this is one where this is the gallery marquee applying for funding for this project, that the artist also applied for funding. So I think, again, like the last one, it's something to discuss when we evaluate the actions, I think, the second phase, but, in this one, I think it's totally eligible, and it's a really cool project.
Okay, thank you. Anyone else speaking to the motion? Oh, sorry, maybe not. Okay,
I just have a follow-up
yes,
question.
Lily.
How did we know that it's a person from Rocky Gallery, did you say?
Because Colin McKinnon she applied for the Market Gallery.
Oh, okay.
And, the two artists who are doing the show also applied earlier.
Okay.
We went through their proposal earlier. It's a big project, and frankly, I've seen parts of it. I think it's really a wonderful project that's really about the people of Fitchburg and highlighting that. And I think it's really valuable.
Okay, I'll second that as well, Shara. I do really like the project. And I think it will be well received here in Fitchburg. Anyone else speaking to the motion? Okay, all those in favor? It's unanimous. Thank you. Next up is grant application number 36. No, next name.
36, right there. They've got the next one.
Number 36, this is grant application number FY25 LCC 96769.
Motion to accept.
Is that right?
Got a motion from Mike to accept. Is there a second?
I'll second it.
Second from Sharon. This is for the 89th Regional Exhibition of Art and Craft.
36.
And this is a project that has been held for 9 years for the Fitchburg Art Museum. It is one that we fund every year. And so it's a great little event. Is there anyone speaking to the motion? Okay, seeing none, all those in favor? That passes unanimously. Thank you very much. Okay, at this time, I yield the floor, yield the chair responsibility to Liz for the next several grants, as I need to excuse myself.
Okay.
And if you do 65 and 66 and 74.
And then you can come back
and I'll come back.
Yeah.
Okay. So we'll wait for them to be here. This next one is FY25 LCC 94497. And that is from Shara Osgood for Roe Park Chop Fest.
Motion to accept. Second.
All right, anyone speaking to the motion? Does anybody need time to get to the page?
I need time
Okay.
for that. Yeah, I just. Easily. But I do know that it was a success this year, and it'd be great to have it back again. In aesthetic, definitely something different, unique. So it's good for adults and kids. It's wonderful.
Yeah, wide range of support from the community for this and event space. It's diverse, lots of different audiences. As Catherine says, like good momentum, so let's keep it going.
Anybody else speaking to the motion?
Resident?
Yes.
Yeah.
All right, so all in favor? 6. And then the next one is just the next grant, that's number 66. So that is again, Shara Osgood for first Thursday free workshops, that is FY 25, LCC 103354.
Motion to approve.
Second. Anyone speaking to the motion? All right, then, all in favor? Again, 6-0, or 6-2 abstentions. And then we're gonna skip down to number 74, which is the last one with Sarah.
Yeah, not in order, so, that's why it's useful to go through and pick your own. Yeah.
So this is FY 25. LCC 103776. It's Joanne Stoll, Women in Visual Arts 2.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Anybody speaking to the motion?
Yeah, she's not a Fitchburg resident, and I couldn't find any support doc right here.
You're correct. So that's an interesting one because she mentions Jesse Olson from Main Street Studios
Yeah.
as hosting the event, but did not actually provide a commitment.
Is there a way of knowing if she works in Fitchburg? Because last week I had the same question with one of the applications, but like it seemed that it was common knowledge that that person worked in Fitchburg State.
Yeah.
So is there a way that we know if this person works in Fitchburg?
That's a good one.
I don't know the answer to that.
Yeah.
I recognize her name. I'm questioning, has she done this before?
It seems like she has strong ties to the community.
Yeah,
I'm sorry, say that again?
It just seems like she has strong ties to the
Oh,
community.
strong ties. I heard traumatized.
Yeah, and this issue comes up in another couple that we reviewed for tonight.
yes.
At this early stage, I hate to decline somebody for this technicality almost. I mean, maybe for coming up later, but I don't know.
On the second page, though, it's that there are other individual organizations that will be involved in the project as planners, so Fitchburg Cultural Alliance, Main Street Studios, Jesse Olson, with that.
I know, but this,
Yeah.
it's just a non-Fitchburg residents,
Yeah.
letter of support from a Fitchburg
Right.
partner,
That's just
so I just don't know how strong.
It's a website, but it's the Ashburn. Like as the address. So with this type of, because I agree with what Mike was saying, that like, yes, for other of the applications, like it seems that the application is very well made in the sense that maybe it's not the first one that they apply for, and it seems that they know like what places in Fitchburg. So that was the part that for me was challenging, that I was like, maybe this person works here, but I don't have a way of knowing with this. And like, if the person has strong ties with Fitchburg, we can't make an exception. Like, if a person is not a resident and is not working, and if we're asking to everybody, like that letter of support, like we can't, like, it doesn't matter how wonderful are the projects, but here, like my concern was like, maybe this person actually works in Fitchburg, but even like giving the benefit of the doubt and going to the website that it's listed here, it's listed Ashburnham.
Yes, yeah, she's definitely an Ashburnham resident, but I will say it looks like she is the president of the Women's Caucus of Arts,
Yeah.
which has worked with us in the past.
And
And they're gonna run the scholarship selection for us.
Yeah.
to me, this is an implicit
supporting piece of doc, say Jesse Olson she has to be supporting it if she's gonna be and make she suited.
Well, here's some other food for thought here. Joe has recused himself because they're proposing to do this at Main Street Studios, which is the Cultural Alliance's venue, and he's the president of the Culture Council. Cultural. So that, to me, I would infer that they have committed to that location.
That's right.
Yeah, I mean, we're not robots. I think we should take into consideration everything we know and use it, give them the benefit of the doubt. It's just my.
Yeah, it's tough because you want to be consistent, right? That's the thing, right? And, but I agree, we're not robots, and she has strong ties to this community. Like her website.
I mean, in other situations, the
Yeah.
last meeting, we declined some of them, but they were people from out of town and we did not really have a background.
And even on her website, it shows her giving talks at Fitchburg Historical Society and whatnot. So she's very well connected here. I think we should consider that.
So I have 2 points. My first point would be that if I was gonna decline or not support the funding for this, it would be because we have to be consistent.
Yeah.
Next year, maybe we can say that like, if there are non-Fitchburg residents, a letter of support, or we can say like, if it's known your ties to the community. So that's fair for everybody, because we have to be consistent and fair with all of the applications.
Change.
But my second point that it's not with this is that if I recall our last meeting on Monday, didn't someone mention that this Massachusetts Women Caucus for Art is now located in Fitchburg?
Yes.
Yes.
Was that correct?
Yes.
Or am I misremembering?
No, I think
Tara did say that.
yeah.
Yes, so because in my case, what I would think is that if this person is the president of that, that thing is actually located in Fitchburg,
Yeah.
then I would say yes.
Yes.
But if that's not the case, then I would vote for consistency.
Yeah.
So I just need that my memory is like fresh, that this place, or if we can search it quickly, like online or something, that this Massachusetts Women's Caucus is, yes, if it's actually like located now in Fitchburg. So I think that those would be the 2 ways that we could decide. That number one, I would support that we remain consistent and fair to everybody. And that we just find this. And if we find that this takes place actually in Fitchburg, then it would actually fall positively into one of our requirements.
Let's ask the president of the Women's Caucus, and she's the president.
So, I looked up the website and it doesn't list a location. It only lists 2 individuals, Joanne Stoll and Christine Regan Davy, who I know also is a dramaturg. So I don't know if we have a good answer for that. But I can definitely confirm that they've been very active in Fitchburg. But I can't say 100%. And I remember them coming up in our last meeting. We talked about them related to the scholarship fund. I can't confirm whether or not Taylor said that they're in Fitchburg or just in this region.
Well, if everybody's had their say,
Yeah.
put it to a vote.
Let's do that. Okay. All in favor? Okay, so 5 yeses, 1 no, and 2 abstentions, and I think we can ask Sheriff to come back in. Dave, would you mind putting your head out there?
Oh, can mine count as an abstention?
Yeah, we could do that.
Yes,
Yeah.
because it's not a no, because again, I want to I want to act with fairness to all of the applicants. So in this case, if I don't have this information that I think that is key, that it's like if this Council for Art takes place in Fitchburg, then I would not vote. That's the only,
I agree with that.
that's why I think that there is a difference with abstention and no with this case. Thank you.
Thank you. All right, so we just did 74, Sheriff, so we're gonna jump back to 30. Yeah, okay.
30.
Number 30, which should be openness mic. One of my favorite events.
I'm gonna make a motion that we.
Okay, so the next one is FY 25 LCC 102998.
No, we had.
Oh, no, I'm sorry.
We went too far, back for
I have my number, that's why.
So if I have a history of perform, point of information. If I have a history of showing up and performing at the openness month, should I recuse myself?
I don't think that.
You're not getting
that's
paid for it,
necessary. You're not getting, there's no funding exchange, you're just, I mean, I show up and attend and clap, and. but-
Yeah, I go here too.
All right, so let me do this again, FY 25 LCC 94803, and that's Laura Di Caronimo for the openness month.
I make a motion to pass this one, to accept this one. Second. Jen seconds.
Sarah and Jeff. Anyone speaking to the motion? Sarah.
I think it's a wonderful event. Laura's been doing these for a couple of years. She's really dedicated. They happen all over Fitchburg and Lunenburg, and yeah, I can't say enough about it. Great project.
I echo your sentiments. It's a great community arts event.
I also approve because it's using the new cafe, the Rising Grind, and we want to keep that cafe in business and supplying them with events, various events.
She's got a supporting letter.
Yeah, she's got her letter. Any other comments?
Just, I didn't know why there were so many names just mentioned from people from this.
Oh, yeah, she did name check a bunch of people.
Yes, so I don't know if this counts as conflict of interest or something, or if, I mean, my name was not here, so of course I don't feel like any conflict of interest, but I don't know if for the people that were mentioned. It counts as conflict of interest because it's not saying like they are gonna support me.
I think it's the same as the earlier conflict of interest people that have been on the board in the past. It's like people that we know or people that have been involved in it, but that doesn't mean we can still be unbiased about it. We're not getting the grant funding.
Yeah, just I didn't understand why the names are mentioned like that they attend and that they are advocate. Like I said, my name is not here, but my name was there.
I think honestly, it's probably just like, oh, I'm just gonna throw in names of people that might resonate for the reviewers of the applications. I am actually curious, so I don't know why Joe is recusing himself here unless they're
Because
proposing.
there may be some at the Main Street
Main Street
Studios.
Studios.
Yeah. Actually, they did one there already on the last minute.
Now they just mentioned that
Oh,
for
yeah.
the Mills Street Stage and Grants and Grind. I don't know if that because his name is there.
Right, no, I'm sure it is because of that, because he's been, the Main Street Studios has been established, and Joe, the head of the Alliance. It's,
Yeah.
he's
Right.
basically stepping out just to be safe, that nobody feels like anybody is biased.
Better to err on the side of caution with this kind of
Yes.
stuff, yeah. Okay, any further comment on the motion? Okay, all in favor? Yeah, 7. The next one is the next grant, that would be number 31. Where did my hands? So it is FY 25 LCC 102998. That is Dr. Hubert Poe for the New Waves Contemporary Music in Fitchburg.
Motion to approve.
Mike?
Second.
Dan? Okay. Anybody speaking to the motion?
Who's got a support box?
Yeah, let him support.
Okay, all in favor? All right. So let's move on then to number 30.
Oh, wait,
Oh, I'm sorry.
nobody actually,
We had Mike
oh, did I
made
miss
the
that?
motion, Dan seconded.
Wow, how did I miss that? Okay, moving on.
All right, so number 37. That should be Broadway karaoke. So that is FY 25. Karaoke? Yes.
Number 37.
Okay. Thank you. So it is FY 25 LCC 100566. That is Broadway karaoke and the applicant is Jesse Olson.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Jen? Anybody speaking to the motion? Yes.
I just have questions about when will the project take place? It says on a Friday, once a month for 10 months, but what I understand is that we're funding from like 2024 to 2025. So do we know if this is for 2024 or 2025?
She says from January of 2025 to December of 2025, once a month, but 10 months, so I
That's the
think,
37? I'm not reading.
oh, that's the other one, I'm sorry, I was looking at the wrong one.
But I do
I
think
know.
it's one Friday a month for 10 months.
Right, she was clear on that.
Yes, but what I want to know if it was 2024 or 2025, because in case it was 2024, I just want to know if it happened already.
Right,
That's
so yeah.
It is, I know she has been doing this for a while.
Yeah,
So it was
But
2024?
but she's asking for funding for 2025.
yeah, they had some in 2024.
Well, I mean, we could be funding things that have already happened.
Yeah,
Right.
that's-
It could
that's
be
what my question.
any 10 months between
July.
July and December of July of 2024.
So it's happening there.
It is ongoing.
It is
Okay.
ongoing, yeah.
So this could be both past and future.
For 2020.
She's not specific. Anybody else speaking to the motion?
Seems to have been very well received today and very popular. Just saying.
Yep.
All right, all in favor?
Great.
Yes. Okay, next one, jumping to number 68, which is starting a community calendar with.
Okay.
I'll make a motion.
Okay, so let me just for the record, it's FY 25 LCC 95518. The applicant is Audrey Pendleton Chow. And the activity is starting a community calendar website.
Motion to approve.
Second the motion.
Anybody speaking to the motion?
And I just want to say that we, I'm sorry, that we funded this project last year and Audrey had a conflict and ended up, giving the money back so that she could do it this year because there were just conflicts. So, yeah, I think this was already an approved project.
That rings a bell. Yeah, that rings a bell, thank you.
I also think it's something that we all could benefit from having a calendar so that there's information in different venues online. Otherwise, the library's under construction, so people that maybe normally would have gone there to find the calendars, they're trying to find places online. So if we could have many different online places, I think it's beneficial.
Just for the record, it's another situation where technically there's no letter of supporting her.
She works here.
She doesn't allow us to, but she works here and everybody knows her, and it's a great idea, just for the record, yeah.
She owns.
Owner,
Yeah.
She's a business owner of the location.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
that's her.
Yeah.
business. Oh,
yeah, I know.
You've seen that.
And I think that for the next year, to minimize these type of confusions, I don't know if there is a way to add that.
Right, I think.
Like to say, like, do you live or work here, and how it would be easier for us?
Yeah.
Right,
Right,
I
we need
saw my
to
notes
touch
too.
up the wording on this form,
Exactly.
yeah.
Sorry. That's good, yeah. I do have some concerns about this project. I just feel like there's so much information in this city, and is this gonna fix the problem? And by that, I mean, there's like 10 Facebook groups. There's just like so many places to go for information in the city. And so what gives this the legitimacy to fix that problem? And so is this just adding another echo chamber of information in the city?
It is adding an echo chamber,
is.
but at the same time too, not everybody has a social media account.
Yeah.
And to tap into, the everyday folk that don't have that, that can just, with a click of a button, jump on and see what's happening for the month or whatever, is,
Yeah.
I think it just brings more information to the people that don't have that. And I think that, if we want more people to come to these events, why not have as much out there as possible to tap into that?
Sure.
Yeah, I agree with that in the respect that this is like a dedicated website that is only for the purpose of, of events and promoting events. So, we have all these other places that are promoting, but if you don't know that
Yeah.
information is there, this will be what's happening in Fitchburg or whatever they call it, and it'll be very obvious. And I think that the intention is to cull from all the other things and just have one place. But I don't, I'm not, I don't think it's realistic to think there's only gonna be one place, but at
Yeah.
least it would be a place that people might be able to identify more easily. I don't know.
So so say we do this, or say she does this, and she funds this project, and she makes this website, what happens if it goes defunct? I'm just throwing out a hypothetical. So then we have this website that's half active or whatever it is, and we want to try and fix this problem again. And then that hurts like the whole ethos of trying to fix the problem again. It's just like, I feel like this is, I don't know, like, I don't want to say government's here to fix your problem, but I feel like just giving another citizen like the okay to fix this problem, and like if it doesn't work out or like something happens and it doesn't follow through, then you're like you're continuing this cycle of like misinformation or disinformation in this city.
I agree with all that, and I think that's a conversation for the next part, and that this is really just like, is it eligible?
I don't know if it is. Does it? It's like
Does it meet a need?
does it?
Right.
Does it?
I think she's got a lot of these questions in mind and attempts to address them in her responses on these 2 pages here.
Yeah.
And for whatever reason, there exists no one place that anybody today would say, I go there for my info. And nothing's bubbled up to satisfy that need yet. And this is what she's trying to address, so.
I mean, Joe has a website now. The problem is we don't have, I think part of the problem with it is that it's not advertised. So what if we just advertise that?
Yeah, that could happen too.
I mean,
Well, I will say he didn't apply to.
I agree. I know, I agree, but
Right.
like, I just don't know if this fixes the issue or just perpetuates a problem.
Sure.
I'm also not sure what other cities do to get their information about the cultural events. I don't think any city has just one site, so I'm of the mind.
I think they have a Facebook group that's not a disaster.
They all have Facebook groups that are much like
Lily?
I think that in our case, we have to pay attention that, that it meets the eligibility. And my concern is actually the part that it's the program is related to the arts, sciences, and or humanities. And I know that this is applied by multidisciplinary, which could be, but I am having a hard time conceptualizing how is that this program is gathering information about culture, right? About cultural events in Fitchburg and make them accessible to wider population, right? I am understanding that correctly, right?
Yes.
So there are like all the cultural events that we have, right? How is that this specific project that I think personally is extremely useful, but how is this project related to arts, sciences, or humanities? Does that make sense? Like that's the part that I am having a hard time. Like I know that it's going to be advertising.
Can I respond?
But yeah, just let me finish my point. Like I understand the part that's like it's taking all of these events, right? But from my point of view, if I think about like, what if someone tells me like, hey, my project is that I am gonna print all of the projects and then give them away. I would have a hard time again conceptualizing like how is that this is a project that is related to arts, sciences, and humanities. Again, I think that the project is a great idea for the description. They know what they are doing. The budget, they know what they are doing, you know. It could be very useful, yes. But in this case, if we are focusing on whether or not we're gonna approve this based on eligibility, that's my concern, that I have a hard time conceptualizing this as arts, sciences, and humanities, because even people that are not involved, like people can be benefited by that, yes, in the same way that if someone attends a project in the Fitchburg Art Museum and feels happy, can benefit their family, right? It's kind of like indirect way. So in this case, I don't see the population as in other projects that we say like, who are going to this event, right? So that's the part that I have a hard time just for approval. Again, not because of how useful it would be. I think that it would be super useful and mostly like for people that don't have social media, yes. But for me, since I have a hard time understanding where it goes, I think that it would not meet that part of eligibility.
Sure. I mostly agree with you on that. The only thing I would say is that the most of the budget that she's put in here is for Liam, who's doing the web design. And web design is graphic design, is art.
Yes,
So,
like that's the part that the budget, I think that it's like the numbers, like it seems that they know what they are doing. Like that's not the part, but like the web design, then you're saying that the product from this project is the website. Like that's what people are benefiting as the art.
the website
or the science or the
as an artist myself and a graphic designer, I know that a lot of design elements and art goes into creating a website. And
yes.
And the person who's being paid is the web designer.
Yes,
So
but the project is not explained as that. That would be my concern. It's not saying like, we're gonna create like a website that has these artistic elements. Does that make sense? Like I am kind of like,
Sure.
like all of you know that I have like the government training, you know, like my credentials, and I also have artistic training. So in this moment, I'm trying to just like relying on like the governmental part, because again, we have to be fair and with every of the people that are applying, and also with the residents of Fitchburg that are trusting us, right, with this budget. So just respecting the fairness to like the process that we have to follow and the eligibility, for me, I have a hard time understanding how is that it's related to arts, sciences, and humanities. As an artist, I would like feel different.
The goal isn't to provide art, it's to make a website. That in itself is not artistic.
like, that's the part of
Yeah.
it. If it was,
So like the word.
maybe it would be explained
Yeah.
like that, like
It's not,
the
it-
result. it
that
would
just
be-
happens to be a happenstance that you're working with an artist. It's not the point of it.
Yes, because
Yeah.
then maybe in the project or in the summary of the project, we could find that, right? Like
Yeah.
the outcome or the result is gonna be this thing, and it
Yeah.
would be easier to conceptualize
Yeah.
for me at least to approve this.
Mike, did you want to say something? Mike?
It seems, this to me seems like a no-brainer. I mean, the majority of the things that would appear on this website to me would be cultural events. And this is communication, this is basic. There's one-stop shopping that nobody can agree on today. This is like, to me, basic, no-brainer to me, get this out there. And if someone's volunteering and into doing it, you know, I think it should be supported.
I can see your point that you are trying to find a concrete representation of what this project is. And so it's in the airways. There is not anything tangible. The tangible effect will be, it's a service more than a creation. So I think maybe I see the logistics. So the website design might be creative, but that was not specified here. So that I agree. The point of this is all these grants, everything that's happening, this is one that's going to like let it be known. So it is of service. I think that it's a very good idea, in my opinion.
I'm just gonna say that I share your concerns about it being another website. I also, I share your sentiment that maybe one more website, if it all gets the information out there, that's still a good thing. But I agree with you, Catherine, that it's a form of communication about cultural events. So that's the product is communication around cultural events. So that's how it relates.
Mhm.
But at the end of the day, you know, I think we all have to sort of vote our conscience here. We could beat this to death.
Dan was waiting to say something.
I'll just say one more thing, if I could, and I'll just leave alone. I'm very concerned about the democratic process of this website too, and having one person or two people being in control of it. And I think we should learn a lesson from things that have already happened with that process of having no like groups controlling how these things are done. And this is just perpetuating that we didn't learn anything from that. And I'll leave that at.
You ready to follow the notes? Yeah.
I thought it was something.
All right, all in favor?
Now we're just like,
Okay.
I mean,
All opposed?
I just like,
So wait, 5.
I'm in favor, actually. I am in favor.
Okay, so.
Until further, like Fitchburg keeps becoming more culturally advanced and we can revisit.
Three, I think we changed the word.
Or against.
You know, against, I think.
I
that's a
think
big part
there
of it.
needs to be a council involved.
Right.
So it doesn't.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
you know,
Well-
how the communication, excuse me, like
Yeah, sure.
PR branch of it.
Yes, and I think it should be based out of, you know, I mean, not to be biased here, but I think it should be based out of, you know, City Hall and somebody who communicates with, you know, the cultural people of Fitchburg that,
Needs to be legitimate.
yeah,
Yeah,
yes.
because we have the college, we have so many, oh, yes.
I'm just gonna get,
We gotta-
on my soapbox for 1 second as a city official. We have a website where people can add their events. I don't know how well it's used. Nobody really manages it. We don't have a communications person. We won't have a communications
Or PR.
person for a little while because we're kind of we're in a 3 to 5 year budget tightness right now because of some health
Yeah.
insurance issues, right? We have to get past that. But we are actually we're working with the university to rehire a downtown coordinator. And that means that that person might be able to manage the in-town's website, which has also been a source of calendar and event kind of
So we
promotion.
have 3 websites.
I think we're always gonna have multiple websites and this is always gonna be an issue.
So my question is, if this did not pass, it is number 3, it is not clearly related to the arts, humanities, or sciences.
Is
Can't be
that,
not enough public benefit.
is that why people voted against it?
I voted because of that, because it's not clearly related.
Or does not meet our posted local criteria. I think it's number 3, right?
Is number 3 the?
It's not clearly related to.
Arts, humanities, or science.
And I think that also it's, does not meet, state eligibility because the first part of eligibility is from Massachusetts, no? So then if the program is related to arts, sciences, and or humanities, that is from Massachusetts too. Do you have to state one or several?
We have to let them know when it's, when they're declined what it is.
But
And
can you select several
I don't know if you can.
or
select
just
that
one?
Well, I wasn't sure about that, but I have
feel
it
like
down in
this
my
one
notes
is
for
one
2
when
and
we
3.
make it.
Yeah,
It will. It will totally, it's all three. Yeah,
It is, yeah.
so, yes,
Okay, that'll be interesting.
okay.
So, all right, we have 3 more to go before we bring Joe back in. So let's move on to number 69, which is the free pop-up escape game at Fitchburg Festivals, which is the next project. So that is FY25 LCC 99021. That is also Audrey Pembleton Chow, and the project is free pop-up escape game at Fitchburg Festivals.
I make a motion to approve.
Sharon?
I second that motion.
Okay. Anybody speaking to the motion?
I saw lots of people enjoying this at the block party. It looked like a lot of fun. I would like to fund this.
Me too.
All right, all in favor?
Easy, let's go.
Yep.
We just
Yes. Yes.
proofreaded some time there.
All right, next one is number 71, which is the Accessible Art Studio. It is. That is Carolyn Foote,
FY25.
FY25 LCC 87212.
Motion to approve.
I'll see. Okay, sorry, we get it.
All right, anyone speaking to the motion?
Oh,
Just, I'd like
All
to.
right, let's Sharon go and then.
I have seen some of these classes that Carolyn has done, and she gets lots of attendance and really good feedback. She works a lot with the disabled community. It's a really good program, and she doesn't take a salary, she just covers her supplies. So, yeah.
Catherine?
Yeah, I just think anything that we can do to support the disabled or people that don't have regular access to things is just really important for their cultural and emotional benefits. So it's good.
I think she's been doing this for a few years now.
Oh, yeah.
It's been pretty well received. Anyone else speaking to the motion? All right, all in favor? One more before we bring Joe back in. This last one is 79. Monthly performances of the Thurston Council. So that is FY25 LCC 86672. Noel Clue. Do I have anything?
Motion to approve.
All right,
I'll second.
Sheriff? Anybody speaking to the motion?
I'm not sure what these people, or I'm sorry, I'm not sure what Noel specifically is planning. I felt like it was a very big written grant. And I was just curious if people have worked with Noel before. And yeah, okay, cool.
So I'll just preface that this is not the first year that he has applied for
Yeah.
this. And basically what he does is he does a number of concerts throughout the community. He just pops up and, or he schedules them, but for instance, he was going to be playing at the Winter Bazaar. But
Okay,
he
cool.
had a conflict, so,
Yeah, I've been to a few of their
yeah,
gigs.
really interesting stuff.
He plays a lot of,
Yeah,
they
that's-
play a lot of medieval music.
Cool.
Yeah.
And
What is it?
a lot, they play a lot of medieval music and they play music that was written by Fitchburg residents
Oh, cool.
from.
I'm a little surprised at how we worded it, duet ensemble. I think there's 5 of them in the consort. But they,
And sometimes it's just him and
they
the
divide up.
yeah.
Yeah. But anyway, good stuff.
Anyone else?
Sounds great.
All right, all in favor? Thank you. All right, now we can ask Joe to come back in. And I think we go back to number 27.
Yeah.
Sorry, Joe, we had some lengthy discussion.
Well, we're all
He didn't
here.
miss us too much.
I think we're gonna head back to number 27, I believe.
Yes.
You are correct. Sherry, ready to?
Yeah,
Okay, cool. Okay, next application is number 27, it's FY 25 LCC 99706. It's for a project titled The Reveille and Community Poetry Realize.
Motion approved.
Second.
Have a motion to approve from Mike, second from Jen. Anyone speaking to the motion? Yes, Sharon.
I wonder why she bunched these two things together, the Reveille and the community poetry reading. They like do very different things. I think they're both worthy of funding, but I'm not sure.
27 and 28, the cemeteries one.
No.
Oh,
On
these two in
27,
27.
The Reveille, which is this
Gotcha.
newspaper that she puts out,
Yeah.
and then the
Yeah.
community poetry read alouds is a separate thing. And she just kind of chunked them together.
Yeah.
I don't want.
So just for reference, she did this last year. This was the same thing. I don't know the reason.
I'm not sure, like. I mean, I guess they're both eligible, but it's then like, I don't know. I feel like we should, in the future, have her fill out 2 separate applications.
I mean, I guess it's up to her if she wants to break them out or put them together. Perhaps the money that she needs, it can all fall into one application.
I think that's what happened, because if you realize the project budget, it's only one expense, that it's a salaries fees artist, that it's to herself, so maybe that's why.
Okay, anyone else speaking to the motion?
I will also say that she does a great service with doing the Reveille, and it's the closest thing we still have to a local paper with local interest stories, and I fully support that. And, free poetry read alouds, probably also really helpful to some people, So.
So I'll just add to what Sharon said. I do believe the Reveille is a great public service to the city. We have, as many of you know, I manage the community calendar, which is an online tool to find out what's happening in the city of Fitchburg. And there's a component of that we can't reach them by email. We can't reach them by print or through postal mail. But the Reveille kind of fills one of those gaps. And I really like that. That Sally takes the time to do that for the public. Anyone else speaking to the motion? Okay, all those in favor? Passes unanimously, thank you. Next grant will be number 28, it is grant number FY 25 LCC 103418. This is also for Sally doing the Friends of Fitchburg Cemeteries.
Motion to approve.
Motion to approve from Liz, second from Mike. Anyone speaking to the motion? Yes.
When I read this, I felt like this was just a fundraising activity. I wish you had worded it differently. And maybe it's just me reading too much into it, but really it's just talking about creating the fundraising for the mausoleum, which I think is a great endeavor, but it just felt very focused on fundraising.
Anyone else, Lily?
Yes, I want to express that was my concern too, because it talks about the mausoleum roof and that they are creating like cultural programs. And I guess that I would like to know more about what would be like those cultural programs to do the fundraiser. So it's vague enough and since it's talking about this first project is for the roof, I had a hard time, even though it's written as a project for humanities, I had a hard time conceptualizing how this is specifically something that is related to art sciences and or humanities. And my other concern that it's more like our priorities is that it's not benefiting specifically like some of the population that we had in mind originally.
Thank you. Anyone else speaking to the motion? I just wanted to point out that in the budget, there are fees, salaries, fees, et cetera, with for $200, a part of this to pay performing groups. So there is some performance involved here. I also see that there'll be some photography expenses and a membership in the community foundation is the bulk of it. The entire project was $6,200. She's asking for $2,000. And
Well, the 5,800 is the balance of what you need to get 10K into the foundation. That's the money that was. I'm sorry.
no, it's fine.
Yeah.
It looked like the total project was $6,200.
Yeah.
So that's the goal to raise. So I'm inclined to approve this, though maybe not the amount requested, but the arts related components of it, perhaps. And but that's a topic we can discuss at the funding meeting. Anyone else speaking to the motion? Please.
Does she actually say what the arts related performance is?
There's things constantly.
Yeah. And end of the first paragraph on the project overview. We're creating culture programs, open word, nature walks, concerts. To specifically raise awareness and fundraise.
A sentence here.
Yeah, in the photos you see people performing too.
No, that's more.
Yeah.
I feel performance piece of it.
Yeah.
Yes, Catherine.
I don't know, I think in my estimation, maybe it would serve her to have two separate applications, because the throwing in the mausoleum roof is just like one entire physical and, project. And the other things are artistic and service oriented. I don't know, it seems like they should be two different. So it's vague
Okay,
based on.
thank you. Mike?
Just feels right to me for what cultural events should do. She's kind of explicit about articulating having a cultural event to raise awareness. I mean, that's what culture should be partly for, it seems to me. So it seems well focused and well articulated to me.
Okay, thank you, Mike. Lily?
Yes, I have not been to this location, to the cemetery. So I am more asking the question for the people that is familiar. If this cemetery meets the ADA requirement that is accessible for persons with disabilities, including the facility or event location as well as the content. I don't know.
That's a fair question. I've never been involved with it.
I don't know if the mausoleum itself is accessible, but Forest Hill Cemetery, that's the
Cemetery.
one.
Is that the one that's on the hill?
Yellowstone, right? Not, that's Laurel Hill Cemetery.
That's the one right across from Memorial School.
Yeah, so that one I think is accessible. It's pretty flat though. I can't speak specifically to the mausoleum. Although, I mean, the picture on the front there looks pretty flat.
The area is very flat,
Yeah.
most, type one, some, whatever it's like, forced in.
Anyone else speaking to the motion? All in favor? Is that a yes? I count votes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And nays? 3. Okay, motion fails. I mean, motion passes. 5-3. Next application, this is number 29, it's FY 25 LCC 103074. This is for the Subjective Observer Podcast. Is there a motion on the table for this screen?
Motion to approve.
I have a motion from Mike, is there a second? Thank you, Dan.
Yes.
Anyone speaking to the motion?
I like the spirit of this work. I like if you went on our website, there's a lot of interesting work there that seem unique and uniquely explored that I haven't seen before. So I like the idea of investing in a project that is different. And I like podcasts a lot too, so that makes me biased, but it's a nice medium. But if you want to check out the website, check it out.
Thank you. Anyone else? Yes, Mike?
I'm not saying no, but a couple of points, it seems a little bit narrow, and as a podcast, I'm wondering how readily accessible it is to people who don't know about how to do a podcast, how to listen to them. I'm just pointing those things out. I'm not sure. I'm not really saying no to this.
Anyone else speaking to the
I just want to say, I mean, there are a million ways to listen to a podcast. You can get on your computer and listen on YouTube or like almost anywhere. So I think accessibility is more of, a choice.
Yeah.
But, and hopefully she's going to advertise what she's doing. I kind of agree with Dan. I think it sounds like something new and fresh and creative.
Thank you. And just to back that coming up, Sharon, there is funding in the budget for advertising. It's targeted social media advertising on Facebook and Instagram. So there's some level of effort to get the word out about it. And I'm starting to become more fond of seeing podcasts that are being produced outside of Fitchburg. And that we have a great podcast studio at FVTV that is utilized right now. We really need to try to get that big.
Well, good. Glad to hear that from both of you. Yeah, seriously.
Okay, anyone else speaking to the motion? Oh, Mike, did you want the floor?
No, I'm sorry. I just spoke. That's all good.
All right, okay, if there's no one else speaking to the motion, all in favor? Okay, that passes unanimously, thank you all. Next is Brandon.
That's the second time I've been.
FY, we already covered that.
We did,
right?
yeah.
That was covered.
It's gonna give us a share right now.
Yeah, we covered
Thank you.
31.
I have most of them.
I think we're down to 33.
31, right? and 32, isn't it?
No, oh, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, 32,
Yeah.
FY 25, LCC 97474. This is for the Discovery Museum. The motion on the table?
I'll make the motion.
Wait a minute, oh, 974, 32. Okay,
I'll second that.
Everybody there? Okay. Shara made the motion and second. Anyone speaking to the motion? Okay. Before we pass the vote, I just want to point out that this is a recurring grantee request. And they have provided statistics of the Fitchburg audience that does visit the Discovery Museum. So there is a direct benefit to residents of Fitchburg, even though their facility is outside of the city.
Yeah.
So I'm in support of this. And I just wanted to put that out there for the council to be familiar with my knowledge.
I've taken advantage of it with my kids and it's awesome. And I'd like to save money. But I've had friends, word of mouth is everything I feel like. And just like if you have people that have young people in their lives, tell them about this opportunity. It's such a great place and it's so close to, so, and awesome opportunity.
Thank you. Anyone else speaking to the motion? Okay, all in favor? Passes unanimously. Thank you. Next up is number 33.
Yes.
This is a FY 25 LCC 102285. This is the James Dolan's project titled Cranberry Coast Concert Holiday Concert Tour.
motion to approve.
Have a motion to approve from Mike.
Second.
I heard a second from Jen. Anyone speaking to the motion? Hello.
Yeah, for what I can read here, this person doesn't live or work in Fitchburg. And the venue is not clearly listed. They just say Gardner and Fitchburg venues, and they don't have letter of support.
Thank you. Anyone else speaking to the motion? Yes, Sarah.
I have to say, I agree with all of those, and also they're suggesting a $20 admission, which isn't a deal breaker, but we have a lot more weight on base that are more accessible and not charging. We're not charging a lot.
Okay, anyone else speaking to the motion? All in favor? Any opposed? Motion fails.
Does it meet our local criteria?
It's not the local criteria, no letter. Script number 34. FY 25 LCC 101488. This is for project titled Fantastical Folk Tales of Flowers at Fitchburg Art Museum. Is there a
I'll make a
motion?
motion.
From Sharon, second?
Second.
Second from Mike. Anyone speaking of the motion? Yes, Dan.
So there is a letter of support, but it's from Leominster. So I was confused about this.
It's the Laurel Garden Club, and they are actually, they're Leominster and Fitchburg.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So it's again, so the same group. Okay.
Yeah, Sharon.
I just want to say that I think they do this. I don't know if this is not set for, I guess it is set for the same time as they do the flower art bloom at the museum, where they do art based on, they do these flower arrangements based on the art in the place.
Okay.
And to have this in tandem with it, I think is a really cool thing. Very cool.
Yeah, but this is in September.
Oh, right, that is in April. Okay, so it is in tandem. Never mind.
Yeah, the other one is in around Mother's Day.
April, yeah, May, yeah.
Yeah. But this will be cool.
So this is for a storytelling performance at the art museum.
Right, stories.
Just want to clarify.
Stories about flowers and
Right.
cultivar.
Anyone speaking on the motion? Okay, all in favor? Carries unanimously, thank you. Next application. 35, sorry. FY 25 LCC 91454. This is for project title Talking Family Puppets, Our Fitchburg Legacy.
Motion to approve.
Motion to approve from Mike, is there a second?
Second.
Second from Jen. Anyone speaking to the motion? Seeing none, all in favor? All opposed? Abstaining? Did you?
I approved, I'm
Okay,
sorry.
no problem. So it passes unanimously. Yeah. Must have missed you now, sorry. Next is.
Wait, what was that?
That was
914.
The Talking Family
54.
Puppets? Is that Talking Family Puppets?
Yes.
Yeah. Need a second.
Yeah, no problem. Take your time.
Yeah, okay, that's also suburban. Yeah, I'm ready. Next one. Not 36.
It's 36.
You get 36, right?
We're skipping over to 38. Yeah. So
There was one, yeah.
Oh, okay. Oh, which, oh.
Yeah.
Okay, sorry. 38. Was not, this is going to be FY 25 LCC 100566.
No,
No,
you're-
967.
All right, my apologies. I'm really having trouble reading my in the dark. This room's too dark. Okay. The application we're reviewing, folks, is FY 25 LCC 96770. This is put in by the Fitchburg Historical Society for a project titled Fitchburg's Revolutionary Hero, General Reed, a 21st Century Youth. Is there a motion on the table?
make the motion.
Second.
Motion to approve from Shara, second from Dan. Anyone speaking to the motion? Seeing none, all in favor? That's unanimous, passes, thank you. Next is grants 39. Okay, 39. This is FY 25 LCC 100944. It's the Fitchburg Military Band doing their summer concert series. They have 4 proposed dates.
Make the motion to accept.
I have a motion from Catherine. Is there a second?
Second.
Second from Liz. Anyone speaking to the motion? Yes, Catherine.
I attended this summer. It was awesome. There was a great crowd. Great crowd. Good crowd. For the people who venture out to the pond, it's not just ducks. It's really nice that they're using that space.
Great, thank you.
It's great.
You're bringing it up.
Yes, I just have a question, because I know that it's Fitchburg Military Band, but the address is Ashby. So with the name, we know that this is like a Fitchburg organization or?
Yeah, this is a Fitchburg organization.
Okay, so then I think it has all of the elements to be approved.
Thank you. Sharon?
I just want to make a note, and it's just a stickler thing, and I don't think it matters, but their application said Cogswell Park, like 4 times, and it's got Shell Park.
Yeah.
I know that that's where they're talking about, and I don't think we should
Yeah.
penalize them for that, but
No,
just wanted it to be noted.
Good catch.
thank you. Yeah, so I do understand that Coxall Park is the intended venue. Anyone else speaking to the motion? All in favor? Passes unanimously. Thank you, folks. Next grant. You don't probably remember, was it 40? Yep. Okay. FY 25 LCC 101475. This is Fitchburg Military Band again. This is for additional concerts for the their holiday concert in the middle of December.
Motion to approve.
I have a motion signed by it's approved.
So did this already have?
Second from Jan. Yeah, this event already
This is
happened.
the one that happened.
Yesterday.
Yesterday.
Was it at the end?
So
It was.
Oh, no, it was at the church.
At the Manual Lutheran Church, yes, that's
Yeah.
right.
So what does it mean to vote on it?
Well, it's, this would be considered more of a reimbursement than a pay upfront. Anyone who has a project that has occurred from July 1 of
To the end of
this
the
year
next year. Yeah.
until December 31st next year is qualified to request funding. Anyone speaking to the motion? Okay, all in favor? Opposed?
Catherine, are you opposed or are you abstaining?
No. I don't accept.
You voted?
Yeah.
Yes, okay, so it's unanimous. Thank you, Catherine. Next, yeah, is 41. FY 25 LCC 85610. This is the Fitchburg Parks and Rec Department for the Conscious on the Common series.
I motion. Accept this one.
Have a motion to accept from Shara. Any seconds?
Second.
Second from Mike. Anyone speaking to the motion? Yes, Shara.
I also have attended these concerts for years and I love that they are just local bands and local vibe and it's great to see people hanging out in the commons together.
It is nice. Then
Thank you. Anyone else speaking to the motion? Okay, I'll just say that the Concert of the Common is one of the most popular events that happen in the city, and it's all summer long, and they change the genres, and it just attracts everybody from Fitchburg, basically. There's something for everybody during the course of the summer, and I really like the mix that they do. So with that, unless there's anyone else who'd like to speak, all those in favor? Okay, passes unanimously, thank you. Next, that is 41. 42. FY 25 LCC 96565. This is Fitchburg Parks and Recreation Department again, requesting funding for their project Movies in the Park. Is there a motion?
A motion to accept.
Okay, I heard Shara's motion.
Catherine, I was just saying.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
Motion
you-
to accept.
okay,
She was put her head up.
that's fine. You say?
Try it.
Is there a second? Second, or a second from Liz? All right, anyone speaking to the motion? Okay, all those in favor? Passes unanimously. Next up is number 43 in the book. FY 25 LCC 96622, Fitchburg Parks and Rec, again for DPW.
Motion.
Motion to approve the motion.
I'll second.
Second from Sharon. Anyone speaking to the motion? Yes, Mike.
So it seems like a cool idea, but how does it fit into the cultural, innovations, humanities, science, whatnot? Just a question, how would someone argue that? I love the idea.
That's a good question. Dan?
I guess I'll argue the point. So I think that on a cultural point, I think there's a disconnect between what some of these workers of our city actually do and the efforts they put in, how hard they work. And I think people just get lost when they think about a position and they don't put a name to the face. They just think of a job. And this allows an opportunity for us to come together and meet these people that actually do these works throughout our city. So in that sense, I think it's growing culture. But in all honesty, they had me in China Sand Pile.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I'll just say that it speaks to the sciences because machinery,
Yeah, they
like,
Sciences, okay, yeah.
yeah. And the kids are like, love playing in sand pilots.
Play, I think the play is, I don't know what that falls into, but
Wellness.
it's something, it's one of those.
Mental health.
Yeah.
Mental health, creativity, thinking.
My favorite part of civic days was watching arm wrestlers armbar each other while my kids were playing in the sand pile. So they definitely had me at that. It was awesome.
I will say this event has grown over the years. I remember when Sally Craven started doing this kind of on her own, just a DPW yard. Now it's grown into this whole event that that doesn't even happen in the DPW area. It's a cool.
So this is not for time.
No.
Oh, no.
It's very interesting, actually, you know, they moved to Coolidge Park from the DPW yard because it was so popular.
It's awesome.
Yeah. Okay, anyone else speaking to the motion? Okay, all those in favor? Passes unanimously, thank you. Moving on to number 44. FY 25 LCC 86879. This is the Fitchburg Public Library for their Spooky Bones and Creepy Crawlers project.
I make a motion to pass.
I have a
Second.
motion from Sharon and a second from Mike to approve this project. Anyone speaking to the motion? All those in favor? It passes unanimously, thank you. Next, yes, 46.
45.
Thank you. FY 25 LCC 90205. It is the Friends of Cogswell Park and their summer concert series.
Motion to approve.
I have a motion to approve from Mike. A second, was that you, Jen?
Yes.
Okay, anyone speaking to the motion? Okay, all those in favor? It passes unanimously, thank you. Moving on to next one, FY 25 LCC 104237. This is for the Friends of Fitchburg Abolitionist Park for their Fitchburg Abolitionist Park Fall Celebration.
I make a motion to pass.
I have a motion from Sharon to approve,
Second.
second from Dan. Anyone speaking to the motion? Yes, Lily.
I have a question, if anyone knows if this event happened? Because it's listed Saturday, November 16, 2024.
Yes, you did.
It
I
has-
attended.
okay.
Yes. Yes, Catherine.
Any event that takes place there, well, I like this event, but also the park is new, so we definitely want to use the park. Encourage events to take place there.
Yes. Yes, I agree. Anyone else speaking? Yes, Dan.
I'm sorry, I was just saying one thing. I've learned a lot from these folks in the way abolition is played out in the city of Fitchburg. I feel really lucky to have learned from them and what they've done. I'm very appreciative.
Thank you. Anyone else? Okay, all those in favor? Okay, passes unanimously. Thank you. Next up is 47. Get that right?
Yeah.
All right. FY 25 LCC 103530. This is Friends of Fitchburg Dogs doing business as Be Positive Therapy Pets and Community Education. It's interesting that the dog park folks, Friends of Fitchburg Dogs, are fiscal sponsors for the Be Positive Pet Therapy Pets, which most of them are cats. Their project is Be Positive 2025.
Motion to approve.
Motion to approve from Mike. Is there a second? Second from Jen. Anyone speaking to the motion? Yes, Mike.
I just strongly support it. I think it's just a whole area that doesn't get enough support.
Thank you. Anyone else? Okay, all those in favor? Passes unanimously, thank you. Moving on to 48. Grant number FY 25 LCC 90543. This is Groton Hill Music for their project titled Boys and Girls Club After School and Music, Summer Music Classes.
We'll make a motion.
Motion from Sharon to accept. Is there a second?
Second.
Second from Mike. Anyone speaking to the motion? Okay, all those in favor? It's unanimous, thank you. Moving on to 49, I think. This is application FY 25 LCC 102528. It is Merrick Henry for the Fitchburg Fandom Festival.
I make a motion to support this.
I have a motion to approve from Cheryl.
Second.
Is there a second? Second from Dan. Anyone speaking to the motion? Yes, Sharon.
My kids are so about all this stuff, and I think like most of the youth today, they're really into all these fandoms, all of these superheroes and gaming characters and whatnot. And I know that they're just this year was the first year that it was really successful, and I think it's a great project.
Did you go to it? Or
I
did
didn't go, but yeah.
I've seen footage from the event and the musical performances and such that were occurring there. It looked like it was a well-attended event. And I'd be in support of continuing for another year. So maybe get them some grant money. Anyone else speaking of the motion? Okay, all those in favor? It's unanimous, thank you. Grant number 50, FY 25 LCC 8390. This is the Johnny Appleseed Trail Association asking for their project to be funded Johnny Appleseed Visitor Center cultural components. Is there a motion? Motion to approve. Motion to approve from Mike. Is there a second? Second from Liz. Anyone speaking to the motion? Yes, there is.
I just recall that we funded this in the past, and I think it's been a very successful event. That's cool.
Yes, we have funded it several years. Anyone else speaking to the motion?
I was concerned because it wasn't like, I'm happy that we have done this in the past. It just wasn't spelled out that way, so.
Yeah.
Good, yeah.
Yeah,
I do recall a debate in last year about the fact that the center was in Leominster, but there was another Fitchburg components to it.
Well, Travis worked at WPKZ too, so I know he has strong place for community.
It's like, it's right off the highway, and it's like the leading to Fitchburg, so, and
Yeah.
they do the directory and all those other things that informs people about all North Central Mass specifically.
Yeah, they're operated by the Tourism Council, which is an arm of the Chamber of Commerce. And their focus is to promote everything around our region. And they're right off the highway and they get a lot of traffic. I think what we get, say, 150,000 people go through there a year. So, it's pretty good exposure to help bring folks to Fitchburg.
They also hire some local people to do
For the events, yes, correct. Anyone else speaking to the motion? Okay, all those in favor? It's unanimous, thank you. Moving on to next thing is 51. This is grant number FY 25 LCC 91695 for Timothy Kane's request for his projects titled Drums and Strums. Is there a motion to approve?
Motion to approve.
And second from Liz, second from Mike. Anyone speaking to the motion? Yes, Sharon.
Yeah, I love this project, but they're from out of town and there's no letter of support.
Thank you, Lily.
I was gonna say that.
Yeah, same place.
I had the same thing, it's unfortunate, but, okay. Anyone else speaking to the motion? All in favor? All opposed? Okay, motion fails. Next is grant number 52, FY 25 LCC 98280. This is the Laurelwood Garden Club for their project titled Park Beautification Public Benefit. I think this is for the Renaissance, for the restaurant, right?
The restaurant.
Motion to approve.
I have a motion from Mike,
Second.
second from Dan. Anyone speaking to the motion? Yes, Lily.
The same about the letter, because it's listed an address in Leominster. But I couldn't find the letter of support from the picture.
Yeah, so the law. We have a address for the,
It's just that the president happens to.
yeah.
Right, just the mailing address.
So this, if people aren't familiar with the name Renaissance Park, it's actually that park right there. And so if there's sorry, I'm not, but there's a big trough right outside there with bugs, and it's gorgeous.
Anyone speaking to the motion? Okay, all in favor? Oh, I'm sorry, Sharon, did you want?
I was just gonna say, I've hoped to plant stuff there, and I think it's really great that they do this, and I want to see more.
Okay, thank you. All in favor? Motion carries, thank you.
So I have a problem, but actually put something in the wrong way. And I don't have really.
Okay, I've been making notes of.
No, I can include this, but it does not meet the whole criteria from the last one, and I can't. Can't remove it from here. Yes. We can keep them.
Next is number 53, I think.
Yeah.
FY 25 LCC 103008 is for Paul Loria's project Jazukulele.
Oh,
Good job.
I was gonna. We were all holding our breath.
Did Mike make a
I had a
motion?
motion from Mike. Is there a
I'll
second?
make a second.
Second from Sharon. Before anyone speaks, I do want to point out that the grantee did send the wrong letter of support from Bloomberg and not Fitchburg. But he followed up with an email to the council conference before the deadline because he couldn't figure out how to get back in to update his submission. So I do have a letter of support from Fitchburg for him.
Wait,
And this is a recurring event.
oh, okay.
Well, I'm sorry. It's a recurring grantee. This is the first time I've seen jazz ukulele. Yeah.
Because it says to be determined in 2024, but did it happen this year
No, I think it's, he wants to have a place by the end of the year, I think is what I understand. But I will speak to just, I know Paul and he's been playing forever. He has, I've seen performance of his at Lunenburg Library and other places, and he's
So-
very entertaining. And then, yeah, I mean, if he doesn't have a space yet, but he does have a letter of support.
Yeah.
What does that letter say?
So, yeah, I'm actually going to clarify the question I think here. So I think this is a typo from him. I do have a letter from the Fitchburg Senior Center for him to do his concert in 2025.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it was just a typo. Anyone else speaking to the motion? All those in favor? Okay, the motion carries unanimously. Thank you. Next is 53. This is also Madame's 22nd annual Fitchburg Blacksmith Art and Music Festival. Your motion to accept?
Motion approved.
Mike's got a motion, I'll second it.
And Shara seconds. Anyone speaking to the motion? Yes, Liz.
I wish that you put some money down for marketing and advertising the event, because this event has been going on for a long time, and she routinely starts putting those flyers up 2 weeks before the event starts. But it is a great event. And it's been happening.
Thank you. Anyone else speaking to the motion? All those in favor? It's unanimous. Thank you. And number 55.
That was 55.
Is that right?
Oh, no, that was
That's
54.
54. All right. 45.
No, we're going on to 55.
Oh,
That was 55. That was my bad, I'm sorry.
54 right now.
Right, so next one is 55.
That's 780.
The one we voted on was 53.
No, we just.
Yeah, we just did 54.
We just did, we're so fast.
We're just cruising during.
We are.
Okay, so this is grant number FY 25 LCC 98780 with James Manning, project titled Minecraft Madness. Is there a motion to approve?
Motion.
I have a motion from Sharon, a second.
Second.
Second from Dan. Anyone speaking to the motion? Okay, all those in favor? Passes unanimously. Thank you, folks. Next is grants. Yeah.
No, 56 we already did. We did 57.
Oh,
because that was
right.
on,
That was the.
right, was that here? That was
Yeah.
here. So now we're moving on to 57.
All right, there we go. Flash it there. 57 is grant number FY 25 LCC 85742 for music dance EDU doing their project titled Hip Hop Chair Dance for Seniors, a dance series. Motion to approve.
Second.
Second from Dan. Anyone speaking to the motion?
Is this an ongoing thing? I didn't see any doc to support it.
Right.
There have been before, I don't see any other support.
Hip hop chair dance that's happened before, was it this organization?
Yeah, I believe we funded this last year.
Okay.
I'm sorry, Sharon.
I was just gonna say, so- I don't have it in my notes. I don't think, that she's from Randolph, Mass, and she doesn't have a letter of support. And I know that, I'm pretty sure that you're right, that we did fund it in the past, but right now, there's no letter of support.
Yeah, thank you, Catherine.
I think supporting the elders in the community is absolutely critical. They can't get out. I the one have done share badminton with elders, and it's extremely engaging and fun for them to see guests or people laughing and not just in a fake environment. It's really beneficial for everybody. So great, it's a great concept.
Okay, anyone else speaking of?
I'm just gonna, does this person have any ties to the community? Because I'm just collecting here.
Yeah.
Right now, unfortunately, I feel like I have to vote no, but I want to vote yes. Yeah.
So I want to point out that as I'm reading this, again, I see here the proposed project was for October 2024. What are the chair dance for seniors? So they're talking about the last project. They're proposing a dance series, a dance series. That was chair, did I just say chair yoga?
No, hip hop.
Hip hop chair dance, I'm sorry. I did. Was it chair yoga they did last year? Maybe that's why I'm getting
No,
confused.
there was a hip hop chair thing.
So they have October 2024 LTC grant to do chair dance for seniors. We're proposing a dance series, 3 classes at the Highlands, the Gables, and Penny Lane Rest Home. I'm making an assumption here that this has already occurred. And they're looking for reimbursement. And I would recommend the council support of it like is that we move it on to the funding component, and we'll find out if this has already occurred, if this is new, and we can vote funding accordingly. That's just my thoughts on what to do, since I think overall this is something that we have funded in the past for this grantee. And we just let it run. But I'll defer to all of you for support. Anyone else speaking to the motion? All those in favor? 4. 4 in favor. 3 opposed. Did you raise in favor? 5. Okay. 5 in favor and opposed. 2. 3. So motion passes. Joe?
Your phone's light on.
Yes, it's on purpose, so I can read it.
Oh, I didn't. Anyone worried with battery on it?
No, it's no practice. All right, next grant is 15 occasions. Are you ready, Sharon? Okay, it's grant number FY25 LCC 85745. This is for the same grantee to do a project called I Am Autistic, I Am Fantastic.
Motion to approve.
I have a motion to approve from Mike,
Second.
second from Jen. Anyone speaking to the motion? Yes, Lily.
This one also lacks a letter of support, and the applicant doesn't live in Fitchburg, and I don't have a way of finding if the applicant works in Fitchburg. So I would say that just to keep with our coherent and all the applications, we vote for no.
Thank you. Anyone else speaking to the motion?
I will say that this person, she has a signed community partnership agreement with the memory care unit at the Gables, but I don't think she sent us a copy of it. Like, she says that she has this signed agreement, but I didn't see it anywhere.
That's a good point. It actually says that it was sent from the Gables to us. And I will have to check to see if we received that.
Could I propose that we table this grant application until we, for our next meeting and see if we find?
Yeah, I would be in favor of that. Mike, would you like to withdraw your motion? So we can do that?
Do what, sorry?
To not proceed with a vote on this until we can confirm whether or not we've actually received something from the Gables
So we pack.
on this grant.
Okay.
Is that okay? Yeah. To remove the motion? Okay, thank you. Yep. Okay, next is grant number 15. This is grant number FY25 LCC 98030. Same applicant. Music dance study U for the history of hip hop music and dance. So we know that the Fitchburg Public Library.
Motion to approve?
Motion to approve from Liz. Second from Sharon. Anyone speaking to the motion? Yes, Sharon.
I will say on this one that there is a letter of support. And I'm glad, because all three of these projects are really cool and I would like to support them all. And this one it checks all the boxes. So I say we support it.
Anyone else speaking to the motion? All in favor? That's unanimous. Thank you all. And we are pretty much out of time here, but it's okay. Tells me to do the 60th application. I appreciate that. Thank you. This would be FY25 LCC 94747 for New Players Theory Guild and their performance of James and the Giant Peach in August. It's already occurred.
Motion approved.
Have a motion approved from Mike.
Second.
Second from Dan. Anyone speaking to the motion?
I have
Yes,
a
Sharon.
question. They asked for funding, but I'm curious what their deficit was like from this event, if they charged money and such. And I didn't see it like, they had a budget, but I don't know how much of their budget was met. Like, I'm curious about that, just as far as what we would or wouldn't fund for this. And they're asking, they're only asking for $1,000 and, you know, they actually did the event here in town, and I think it's eligible. I just would be, even want to know about that. Decide how much we are giving to which grants and whatnot.
Okay, we can send a request for that. For the funding meeting. If assuming we pass it on this vote. Anyone else taking the motion? All in favor? Let's continue with your page, thank you, Bob, that was unanimous. Folks, congratulations. Before we all, we need our motion adjourned. Motion to adjourn.
My second,
Okay, all in favor?
it's time.
Call the meeting
My day.
at 8:04 PM.